We'll go to Hogwarts School of Quack and selling grapes at the lemonade stand.
It's beautiful, puppy, beautiful.
As spawning up here in the top right-hand corner of the map, it is our team Liquid Terran. In the red, it is Kelazhur.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of data under the sea, we have his opponent, the South Korean Protoss player representing himself. It is Creator. Asher? It's so smooth. It's so smooth, but
What you said last time.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah, it alternates, okay?
Why are you lying?
Oh my god. So yeah, he's up against a very different Protoss. Of course, Creator, he did come second in a GSL at the start of the year. One of the best Protoss in the world. He's up there. He's crazy. He's not always standard.
He's crazy,
He's
pup.
crazy, puppy.
As we do see, once again, the double gas opener going to be coming out from Kelazhur. So it looks like he's just, in general, favoring some slightly more aggressive openings against Protoss, even on the larger maps.
Yeah. And I don't blame him, just because I feel like we've talked about this before, and it is the current meta. Like, it's, going for like gas or Rax expands has kind of fallen by the wayside. We see it every now and then though. Not here though. Not here for Diego.
Yeah, not here, as we do see that factory going to be going down. A little bit of mineral rice coming out from Creator. Very cute. Just, using that little bit of extra speed that he's got just to be annoying, put the pressure on his opponent.
Hey, I mean, if he's got anything, he has that APM, mate. So yeah, just a little bit of less mining time for Kelazhur. The Reaper does come out. Probe is going to get taken out. At least Creator does get full scatter to the main base. Does confirm the double gas opener. Does confirm there isn't like a CC on the high ground or anything like that.
Yeah, there we go. We are actually going to be seeing a CC taken on the low ground for Kelazhur, so it's being a little bit more greedy. I do like this, especially with the Reaper being shown. Pretty unlikely the Creator is going to be sending this Adept straight across the map, as we do see this first Reaper dipping on in.
And Reaper just checking the natural, just going to slip into the main base. The Adept does keep up with this, though. As you were saying, the Reaper was spotted by the probe, so Creator is fully aware that he has to keep this Adept at home. There
we go, as we do see his first few Marines going to be started up. It is going to be a mine drop, so this is the more Maru-esque style of the double gas opener. This is something that's been very popular lately. It's just a very solid way to play out of this double gas.
Oh, it really is. Meanwhile, 2 probes go down. The Reaper finally gets cleaned up here at the natural. Oh.
That's not supposed to happen. That's very nice damage there for Kelazhur, so good job controlling his Reaper there. I'm not sure if he got a scout on the...
Fire Council?
Fire Council as well?
Yeah, Kelazhur was able to get his full scout of the main base, so not bad damage whatsoever. And of course, Creator was kept at home, so he himself is going to be a little bit in the dark as to what the opener is from Kelazhur. As you were saying, going for the mine drop.
Yeah, that's a good Reaper. That's a good Reaper. Who's a good Reaper?
Oh my god. Yeah, we've seen Kelazhur really make use of Reapers like no other does. So really cool to see him find a little bit of damage against Creator. Meanwhile, the drop is moving out, and it just so happens that Creator moved out of position with his Adept, so he will not get eyes on it.
Yeah, there we go. I'm going to be seeing those Marines and the mine headed out across the map. So a few options here. Mainly just going to be scouting, keeping an eye on what's going on for Creator here. He's going to see that we don't have these extra gases yet or anything like that. Might even be able to cut off some of the units from the ramp with this mine.
Oh, exactly. We'll see what the mine does, Burrow. So far, it looks like it just goes for the mineral line. A decent amount of probe damage already here, and because of that, mine is going to deny a lot of mining time. Oh.
Yeah, there we go. So already getting some pretty nice damage for what is a fairly low commitment drop, and importantly gets it out of there as well.
Yeah, the majority of the Marines are able to get out in time. Mine does get cleaned up, but that was a lot less mine time. That was 4 probes going down, so not bad whatsoever.
Yeah, behind this, we're seeing tanks getting started up. We're seeing that Raven on the way as well. So everything just very standard coming out from Kelazhur, getting his extra Raxus as well. And we should just be seeing that 3-1-1 push that has become so common in this matchup.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy coming out here. He already did go for his Raven first. It looked like he was in the middle of sending it across the map, but no, he actually pulls it back in the end.
They're cold. They're cold in Sydney too.
No, I don't leave the house, okay? My my house has its own climate, Asher.
Oh. So that you can not wear pants year round.
Exactly. It's perfect. It's exactly what I need.
There we go. We just see a little bit of a skirmish from the two players with the map vision here. So very high level gameplay going down all around as we see Creator trying to get plenty of scouting coming out across the map. Just confirm exactly what it is that Kelazhur is going for here.
Yeah, and meanwhile, the Raven, going for a bit of a delayed move out here, does move out towards the bottom half of the map. Does avoid the hallucination, the observers, and the stalkers as well. So, not bad, but we do have high ground vision. Blink is done, and Creator has the option to, blink up into the main.
He's going to blink somewhere.
Oh my god, he blinked towards the prism. It's fine, puppy, it's fine, as the observer does get spotted.
Yeah, there we go. The Raven of Kelazhur down the bottom of the map as well is going to be spotting that third of Creator going down, so does see the timing on that one. Does feel like a pretty late third coming out from Creator as this Raven harass going to get a little bit of damage here.
Yeah, 3 probes are going to be going down at the same time. 2 SCVs fall to this Stalker harass here as, again, even though we lost the Observer, we still have that high ground vision and a way to harass with that Prism. Meanwhile, the Colossi have been spotted by the auto turrets of Kelazhur.
Yeah, considering how late this third is that's coming out here, I feel like I did kind of underestimate just how much damage that first drop of Kelazhur got. That kind of probe damage early on in the game can have a bit of a cascading effect, and looks like Kelazhur does have a pretty decent lead now.
Oh my god, but at the same time, the double drop does get spotted here by Creator. Isn't able to snipe any. The Medivacs does do a lot of damage to one of them, but does force the unload from Kelazhur.
Yeah, really nicely done there. That drop could have caused him a lot of trouble. There's really not that much map vision on the left-hand side of the map. We have just taken the watchtower now, but that is going to get cleared out. So this is a dangerous moment here for Creator.
It really is. We do see his army is now kind of maneuvering between the bases. Stalkers are headed into the main base. Colossi moving in towards the third. So he's trying to get ready for any kind of aggression from Kelazhur from whichever position. Oh, sorry, from whichever angle. So nice kind of splitting up of the army from Creator.
Yeah, definitely a bit worried about that aggressor, as we do have those two Colossus finished up. Going to be having some disruptors coming out as well. And does feel like the army of Creator a little bit sparse at the moment, but on such a nice defensive map that should be okay. Kelazhur drops the scan here, sees no fourth, and realizes that he should probably just back off.
Yeah, he doesn't overcommit, he doesn't overextend. He's going to be waiting for some reinforcements. His third CC is now finished. He can go and try and land this on location. There we go. He is going to be taking it as we speak. And yeah, pushing into this, as you were saying, from Creator, like, even though he doesn't have a lot of units, mate, you know, we've got shield batteries, we've got overcharge, we've got warp ins. Like, it can always be quite risky to try to break into this.
Oh, and there we go. We do have a double disrupted production coming on out. So yeah, on a map like this where there's so many high grounds where you're often having to push up through ramps, those disruptors can be almost impossible to break through. But Kelazhur, he does have a pretty nice push here. He's going to be bringing the tanks along as well. So he is looking to commit pretty hard with this push.
Yeah, this is spotted by Creator, though. He's ready and waiting already. The first Nova goes off.
Yeah, kind of dances that Nova over the army there. It was hidden pretty well within the army of Creator, that disruptor, and it feels like it caught Kelazhur a little bit by surprise.
Yeah, it really did. A massive Nova went off in the center of Kelazhur's army, and just like that, he has to turn around. He has to back off. Sure, he's got 2 tanks, but he doesn't have enough to support it, and Creator should be free to take a fourth, and that's exactly what he does.
Yeah, so there we go. We are just seeing Kelazhur regrouping. Should be looking to maybe get a little bit of multi-prong pressure going on here as that bio-mine count starts to grow.
Yeah, I mean, we have plenty of medevacs. That's the one thing that Kelazhur really has going for him, is that he hasn't lost any throughout this game. There's been some close calls, don't get us wrong, but he's been able to keep them all alive, so he has plenty of drop potential. As we speak, he's trying to regain control of these Zelnaga towers. Creator has control of both of them, and oh, he's so quick to pull back with those zealots.
Yeah, really nice attention to detail from both players. We are going to be seeing a mine get set up on that tower there, so not going to get that vision, but it is going to be able to take out any zealot that comes over there. And Kelazhur going to be putting on some pressure on the third here. Drops a scan, sees no fourth here. should know that he can start to put a little pressure here, maybe rotate around to the other fourth.
Yeah, he's trying to find a way in right now. We do see Creator in position at his third base. We do see an observer in the middle of the map as well. So if Kelazhur does rotate over towards the other fourth, then Creator should get eyes on this, as he's even going to be able to pick off that mine.
Yeah, really nice unit positioning coming out from Creator here. Takes out that Viking as well. Is doing such a good job just shepherding away the units.
Yeah, but the Observer also got scanned, so likewise, Kelazhur also takes away a lot of the vision here of Creator. Meanwhile, he does have control of the Selnaga, once again having eyes on the army's rotation.
Yeah, there we go. So we are going to have a bit more of a battle for this map control here. Kelazhur is going to be clearing out that Zealot here. Just taking things a little bit more slowly. We have a fourth coming down on location as well. And we've got 2-2 and Ghosts on the way.
Yeah, transitioning quite nicely into that Ghost production, into all those EMPs. Hasn't gone into Vikings yet, but may not need to too heavily, as we only have 2 Colossi. Behind this, we have just non-stop Disruptor production coming out from Creator. We have our Templar Archives. We can even get into Storm if we really wanted to. But Kelazhur, he's up in army supply, and he has 2 pretty formidable forces.
Yeah, so you finally see that split up of the 2 forces, and this is where you can really start to get something done here. Creator split his army up pretty nicely, got some Zealots and Colossus on the right side, few Disruptors mixed in there as well, and this left side is going to be very defensible here with the Disruptors on the high ground and the batteries, so.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Kelazhur tries to test the waters, but he cannot break in. He picks up a couple of Zealots and a couple of Gateway units here and there. The main army towards the top left. Ooh, there's nothing quite here. It looks like he can maybe even force a cancel on this Nexus.
Yeah, looks like he does get the high ground, so he should be able to take a fight here. We do see a little bit of friendly fire coming out from the Nova. A good mine as well, with a couple of those Novas expended. Kelazhur does have the opportunity to push in a little more, but looks like he's just going to take the 5th and back off there. It's just going to be a bit of a battle here to keep that 5th from being taken by Creator.
Oh, and I just love that the Raven dips in once again towards the natural. 4 auto turrets are thrown down. Eventually this will be cleaned up, but Creator, he's just done such a great job at keeping this Raven alive throughout the entire game.
Yeah, 4 turrets, take it in. That is a thing of the past.
True, yeah, Smooch, Papi. As you can see, Kelazhur trying to push up the rainbow towards the 4th base, but there are Disruptors ready and waiting for him. At the same time, he has another army on the right-hand side, but it does get spotted by an Observer.
Yeah, great map vision. A little bit slow on the reaction though, so his 5th is going to be cancelled. And Kelazhur just doing a great job just dancing back and forth with the army, just making sure that Creator can't take this 5th, and that should be what keeps him in the game here.
Yeah, again, Creator for the past couple of minutes has been trying to get a 5th base, so 1 Disruptor is going to get sniped, so great trades coming out from Kelazhur, keeping Creator on the back foot. And oh, we do see another transition from Kelazhur. We have a Fusion Core on the way. He's going to be getting into those range lives.
Yeah, beautiful. Has the range lives on the way. Meanwhile, speaking of transitions, we do have Stargate and Fleet Beacon on the way for Creator. So he's trying to very slowly go into this carrier transition. I like the way that he got that first Stargate and then waited for a bit, just not rushing it. But oh, massive Nova going down to the north there.
Oh my god, it was insane. Kelazhur, unfortunately, he was focusing on his southern army instead, and he pays the price. A lot of his army does end up going down, and now Creator is getting his 5th.
Yeah, Creator's definitely going to be able to establish this 5th to the north here. A little bit dangerous over here with this army, but it looks like that is going to be reinforced here by Creator, realizing that he did kill off pretty much almost entirely one of the prongs of Kelazhur, and I think he could actually go for a bit of a push of his own now.
I think so as well. The Colossi count has gone even higher. We have a lot of Disruptors. Looking at the units tab here, we've got 9 Disruptors and 4 Colossi. Meanwhile, Kelazhur, he's not going to take this he's not going to back off. He does move in once again to deny the 5th.
Yeah, Creator splits off half of his army so expertly here. That was so quickly done and nicely done, but it looks like he doesn't have the position. So once again, this 5th is going to be cancelled, and Kelazhur's just doing such a great job of constantly denying this. Looks like we're going to have the, I believe this is the F2 Sacrifice Raven. Where you kind of, oh no, you killed my Raven.
Smooch, papi.
Now I can F2. Yay.
The Raven has gone down. But yeah, as you were saying, Kelazhur's done a great job of just containing Creator. He's getting his own 5th base up and running before that of the Protoss. Not something you see too often. But despite all these scans, has he caught wind? Oh, he should have, of the carriers. He does spot a carrier on the way in the main.
Yeah, this is a serious transition coming out from Creator. He's going into this 2 Stargate carrier. He's got his air upgrades on the way, shield upgrades on the way as well. So, yeah, I like the way that he's not going fully into like 3 Stargate or 4 Stargate production. He's not gonna, open himself up to get attacked at that weak moment of transition. He's just doing it nice and slowly, just working in the carriers and getting that storm, getting the DTs on the way as well. So, just getting everything that he needs here for the late game.
Yeah, pretty much, and Kelazhur's fully aware of that. Now suddenly he has to try and prepare. Likewise, he's working on his 3-3 upgrades, he's working on his air transition as well. It's getting into these liberators. Maybe gonna try and hit a timing before the carrier count gets out of control, but on a map like Data C, I don't know if he really can.
Yeah, I mean, he does have his 3-3 finishing up right now. There we go. Has 3-3. Has a good amount of Liberators as well. Lib range is finished in these Liberators. They've got +1 attack as well. It would be nice to have +2 attack, but with it so far away, I think we might just want to go here.
Yeah, and here we go. The army moves out through the center of the map. This has been spotted by Creator due to this observer in the middle of the map. The liberation zones are thrown down, but the Nova...
Oh, yeah, nice redirection of the Nova there. Going to be taking out, I believe it was 6 Ghosts, and that is not what you want here as Kelazhur. They are full energy Ghosts too, so yeah, these Disruptors are really doing work against him here, and it feels like the Liberators are a little bit out of position.
They really are. They're cutting off half of the army, but the other half is standing strong. The Storms do connect, and Kelazhur is forced back, and it really did look like he wanted to hit a timing before the Sky Toss, but it's too late. The Carriers, they've arrived, mate. We've already got 4. We're about to have 6.
Yeah, there we go. That transition is in full swing. We do see Creator has added on that extra Stargate as well. We do have a lot of upgrades finishing on up here. The +2 air weapons getting chronoed out. So we are on the way to having that Golden Armada, that unkillable fleet.
Yeah.
Kelazhur, how's he going to react?
Well, he's getting Neo Steel frames, Puppy's getting +2, he's pushing out, he's going to try and deny the 6th base, and maybe he can, especially with all these freedom zones. Yeah, there's no way for the ground army of Creator to get anywhere near this.
Yeah, very good amount of Liberators here. We'll have a little bit of a small window, or at least so it seems, but I do think, another massive Nova shot. I do think there are enough carriers here for Creator that he can reveal his hand and start to put some pressure on.
Yeah, and I worry here. So again, Kelazhur, he scouted the Stargates. He knows about the carriers. He saw them earlier. He's making 4 Liberators at a time. I know that Liberator auto attacks are okay against Interceptors, but is that the plan? Is that the play here for Kelazhur?
Yeah, it does feel like he's over-making Liberators a little bit. Maybe just anticipating that they're going to go down here. But I don't think that he's ready for this kind of carrier count. He just doesn't have that many Marines.
Yeah, there's not a lot that shoots up. We do have a couple of Widowmines coming on in. How good are the shots? A lot of Interceptors go down.
That bait was insane. That was so clever by Kelazhur. I haven't really seen that too many times.
Yeah, so, I mean, the mines, they clear out all the Interceptors. The army's pushing on forward, but we see a full surround coming in from Creator.
Yeah, these units are all trapped. It's a good thing that he's making a lot more of these Liberators, because we are going to be seeing a few of those going down. We see a storm on the units here, but actually Kelazhur manages to position himself to shoo away half of this army and is using the Liberators to zone out what's left.
Yeah, and he's going to be able to clean this up. The Disruptors and the Colossi go down. And it was really cool to see Kelazhur basically clean up every single Interceptor, but the carrier survived, and the carrier count continues to get higher and higher. We have 9 carriers out now for Creator.
Yeah, there we go for Kelazhur. We see some turrets going down. We see an extra armory being thrown on just for those upgrades for the ship weapons and the ship armor as well. We see a lot of Vikings being rushed out here, as well as the extra starports. So he is desperately trying to find an answer for these carriers.
Yeah, and I think he just needs a little bit more time. We were talking about a window of opportunity that was available for Kelazhur with his army, but I feel like that has come and gone, and now Creator, he's going to be flexing his army, he's going to be pushing up this ramp, and I don't know if Kelazhur can stop it.
Yeah, Oxida's base definitely in a little bit of trouble, but Kelazhur, he has been doing a fantastic job of expanding so far, so he has that bottom right-hand corner base, and that's pretty crucial here.
Yeah, he has expanded towards the bottom right-hand corner of the map, so losing this space isn't the biggest of deals, but Creator is going to back off. He did take an EMP to the face, and he doesn't want to risk it. He doesn't want to needlessly lose a carrier.
Yeah, actually, sir, 13 probes went down somewhere. I completely missed that.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was a Liberator.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we've had a little bit of Liberator harass coming in from Kelazhur, so he has been mixing that in. The probe count for Creator isn't looking too high, but that just means he has a bigger army.
Yeah, this Viking Live army coming out from Kelazhur actually starting to look pretty nice. We do see that splash is going to be going down on the interceptors there, so none of those going down just yet. Kelazhur does need to get the rest of his army in position.
Yeah, we actually have a triple drop across the map. It looks like the 6th base of Creator is going to be going down, but do we have enough to deal with all these carriers here from Kelazhur? He's got a lot of ghosts.
Oh, beautiful EMP there on the High Templar. That was really nicely done. Will he be able to land some EMPs on these interceptors though?
That is the question. The interceptors move forward, and they take down 3, 4 of these Liberators.
Yeah, there you go. A lot more EMPs going down here, but it does feel like it's going to be a little bit hard for Kelazhur to get something done here. The Vikings are in a lot of trouble here. Those interceptors shave off those numbers quite effectively, and we still see 11 carriers in the air.
Yeah, the carrier count, I don't think a single... Okay, 2 carriers have died this game, so some damage has been done, but Kelazhur's having a really hard time breaking on forward because of these disruptors.
Yeah, and as we see that Liberator count get shaved away, it's going to be really hard to zone out the disruptors.
Yeah, there is no answer. There's no way to close the gap, to close the distance. The Vikings are going to be pushing on forward. They do snipe what they can, but...
This is some really great control coming out from Kelazhur, but this is just such a difficult dance. He has to constantly dodge back and forth from these disruptors. We see a carrier going to be going, a Colossus going to be going down, and all these carriers are in a little bit of danger here, but he does get back to the shield battery and cannons.
Yeah, the overcharge gets pops. The carriers are saved. I did take notice as well that the Stalker count was looking surprisingly low for Creator, so there wasn't a lot to really punish these Vikings. He was able to pick off a couple of those carriers at the same time. Ooh, a High Templar gets caught out.
Yeah, good storm going down. The Vikings definitely need to be repairing those back up before we head out again.
Yeah, we do have the boys being pulled. They're trying to top up these Vikings as fast as they can, but Creator is not looking to give him that time.
Yeah, Creator once again going to be pushing in with these carriers. He does have a good amount of Archons, starting to mix in some Tempests as well, so getting pretty close to that perfect Protoss late game army.
Yeah, the Tempest, the Carrier, Storm, Disruptor, Archon, it's everything you want to be seeing. Maybe even a Mothership, maybe. I don't know how useful that is in a TVP. But at least this is giving Kelazhur time to rebuild, and he's actually rebuilding that Liberator count.
Yeah, definitely going to be important to get some more Liberators just to help zone out the Disruptors. We even see a tank here. Looks like that's been rerouted from one of the other bases just to secure the positions around here. A little bit of a split of the army. Is going to be sending out a double drop to try clean out that top left-hand corner base.
Yeah, we do have a double drop headed in that direction, but the carriers are not too far behind, so looks like the drop may not get too much damage. At the same time, we do have a little bit of Stalker harass towards the bottom right-hand corner, also drawing away the attention of Kelazhur.
Yeah, the entire army of Kelazhur is to the bottom right here, so definitely want to look for a push here. We do see the army very aggressively. Stimmed is going to be sprinting straight over to this base, and we are going to have a little bit of a semi-base trade going down now.
Yeah, pseudo base trade. Creator, he's got some options. He can commit and try to take out some bases, or he can come back home, and it looks like he's coming back home.
Yeah, he's coming back home. These Vikings, I like the way that Kelazhur is routing these. It looks like he's maybe trying to set up a little bit of surround or pick up some of these carriers from behind.
Oh my god, we do have a recall. Kelazhur was trying to focus on that Nexus, but it looks like he didn't get it in time. He does pick up a couple of these Disruptors, but he's going to lose a lot in the retreat.
Yeah, it does just have to give up a few of those units on that retreat, so going to be losing some very valuable ghosts, very expensive ghosts, but he does still have this army, this base to the bottom right-hand corner. He's got these tanks. I really like how he's used these tanks just to hold this watchtower as well, so that will just help him with the defense.
Yeah, he will be able to, or he should be able to hold on to this position. We'll see as Creator has rotated over towards the right-hand side. He's even taking one of Kelazhur's bases towards the north. And we'll see how this engagement goes. The tanks go down immediately.
Oh, we do see a big Nova going down, taking out a lot of ghosts there. That's really rough for Kelazhur. Once again, the Disruptors have been such a pain for him to deal with here by Creator, and these Tempests are going to be able to pick away at the Liberators as well, so he's on a bit of a timer when it comes to setting up these fights.
Yeah, thankfully, there is only a single Tempest in the main army of Creator, so he doesn't really have the best tools to deal with these Liberators. There we go, 3 Tempests are being made at a time. So he recognizes that he is going to be refining his army ever more, as we do have a Liberator towards the top left, actually denying any mining from this space of Creator.
Yeah, there we go. Just having a look at the upgrades as well. Looks like we have 3-2 for both players on the air. Would be nice to see that +3 defense as well coming down for the units of Kelazhur. It's going to be very important to have that armor against the carriers.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get that underway for his Sky Terran. Meanwhile, Yamato is coming up, but before that happens, Creator tries to push up this ramp.
Yeah, very interesting. So Kelazhur may be looking to go into a late game BC transition. I really like this.
Oh, yeah, we'll see if he can get that going. Meanwhile, he just made, oh my god, 6 Liberators. He's making 6 Liberators at a time as they are going to be coming out here. The Freedom Zones are real, going to be keeping Creator away. It takes a long time to pump out these Tempests.
Yeah, he's going to try to go into this Interceptor one-shot Reddit build. I like it.
How many Liberators does it take to one-shot these Interceptors?
I'm not sure about the Interceptors, but I think it's like 30 something for carriers.
Oh my god. 30?
Oh, not one shot, but
yeah.
I wonder what it is. No, it's 20 something for Vikings to one shot a carrier. Probably be like 100 to one shot a carrier with Liberators. So yeah, maybe 30 is the magic number for one shotting Interceptors.
I mean, we're almost there. You know, we have 20 Liberators right now. 20. That's a lot of Liberators. We'll see if this works out for him. He's actually switching back into Viking production now. Regardless, he's going to have a lot in the air here, and we'll see if it works out for him. Oh, a massive storm goes off.
Yeah, every single storm here is just absolutely brutal against this air army.
Oh boy. Yeah, we have another storm. Oh, the EMP does connect first, though, as the Creator is being forced back. Another storm, though. Oh, the High Templar goes down.
Yeah, there we go. So his base isn't now exposed. We do see Creator starting to cut off the army here of Kelazhur, so definitely a dangerous moment. We will have some Liberators set up here to start picking away at the Interceptors, so they don't want to fully commit to this PF.
Yeah, and it looks like the Nexus is going to be going down. Oh, a couple of Liberators stray a little bit too far forward. Some of them do get picked off by those Tempests, bearing in mind that the Tempest count has slowly been getting higher and higher. We now have 5 Tempests with that main army.
Yeah, we see 7 Vikings at a time coming out from Kelazhur, so just going into a full Sky army here. I do like this. We can eventually go into almost completely Sky just with a few Ghosts for EMPs.
Yeah, you could argue that maybe some of these medevacs are dead supply right now, as we even have a zoning nuke here just to buy time for Kelazhur.
Yeah, there you go. He just desperately needs to buy himself some time to heal up this army.
Boy, exactly. Needs that repairs going as well. The nuke does go off. Meanwhile, Creator's rotating over towards the right-hand side of the map. It looks like Kelazhur has been expanding here, but these bases are going to be punished. This planetary in the low ground is going to go down.
Yeah, there we go. We do actually see quite a lot of units being sent down to the bottom right-hand corner here, so looks like we're going to start to put some pressure on this bottom right base.
Yeah, exactly. One CC goes down, and a second orbital goes down as well. Creator is doing a lot of damage, and Kelazhur is desperately trying to rush back down here to try and protect his bases.
Yeah, we are seeing that dance going back and forth there. Huge storm going down on all the Liberators and Vikings. This is such a crazy battle across the entire breadth of the map between these two players.
Yeah, it really is, and 17 workers go down. We're now at close to an even worker count. Again, this is probably a good thing at this stage of the game. Our players, they want to focus on their armies. They want to try and take one big decisive fight and snowball from there.
Yeah, this is where we start getting into that Fist of Neeb scenario as we get closer and closer to mining out the map, where we just want to get lower and lower on probes, eventually just going for an insane 200 army. And I do think we are going to have to start mixing in BCs if that's where we want to go for Kelazhur.
I think so as well. I just don't know if he has the economy to sustain that or the time, because BCs do take quite some time to produce. We did see a lot of Liberators just now going down. Again, the Tempest count is ideal for Creator, and Kelazhur is trying to come up with a response. He's actually going back into Ghost production.
Yeah, we definitely need to get a few more Ghosts out there. He does recognize finally that he doesn't have that +3 armor on the ships either, as we do see all the Liberators going to be diving in, trying to get some splash damage on the carriers, but Oh, a little bit of a ill-timed move there for Kelazhur, and he is punished hard.
Yeah, the Archon shot goes off, every shot goes off, and a lot of Liberators end up falling here. At the same time, we do have some Stalker and DT harass coming into the bases of Kelazhur, so once again, just diverting his attention away from that main army as the Tempests just keep getting more value.
Yeah, the Archon splash there on the Liberators as they're all bunched up was absolutely brutal, as we do see the Liberator upgrade, the Tempest upgrade going to be finished up, and that means that we can start to pick away at the PF here as Creator. We can just shell that from a distance.
Yeah, and I guess to put things into perspective, you know, a couple of minutes ago we had 20 Liberators, now we're down to 3. The Liberator count was basically completely reset there, and the majority of those Liberators did go down in that small engagement. Kelazhur are trying desperately to rebuild them, still not opting to go into BCs.
Yeah, looks like Kelazhur is not really going to be able to get the kind of economy that he needs to do that, so he is going to be holding off on that. We do see one Iraq's going to be burning down in the main, and it is just a brutal battle between these two players to try to keep this fourth base, this bottom right-hand base, sorry.
And we'll see if we can pull it up. Meanwhile, the Vikings, they push on forward here. We do see an AP on the army, but another storm connects.
Huge EMP, huge storm. Both players really trading blows here, as we can see the carries of Creators just sitting back here, and they are going to be joining the fight now, and it just feels like his army is just so much bigger.
Yeah, it's just too much bigger. He also had a bit of a better bank. He was just trading more efficiently over the course of the past couple of minutes, and Kelazhur is just running out of money. He can barely even remax.
Yeah, we see this battery farm for Creator is starting to aggressively push over towards the base of Kelazhur. We have an Oracle on the way as well, and with the Tempest count starting to rise, an Oracle can be really brutal here. If he can tag the units of Kelazhur, is just going to be able to pick away at them at a distance with all these Tempests.
I mean, he's already been doing it already because of this Observer that's actually parked on top of the army. Oh, EMP actually catches it. I don't know if that was intentional. Oh, God. But yeah, the Oracles kind of help out in that respect as well. Kelazhur is trying desperately to expand towards the top left-hand corner of the map. The Vikings move forward. Oh, they pick off a unit.
Is that a Void Ray?
That was a Void Ray, yeah. I was very shocked when I saw that. So that's why I said unit, because I was about to say Tempest, and then I had to stop myself because it wasn't a Tempest. I was like, what? Why was there a Void Ray there?
Yeah, weird. Definitely weird, as we do see Kelazhur just desperately trying to hold a defense here. He's going to be spreading out these Liberators, but that does give this Tempest free reign to start picking away.
Oh, God, it really does, as a couple of DTs get cleaned up in the main base. The Vikings move on forward once again, but they just, every single time they push forward, they just get punished here, especially because of that revelation.
Yeah, and on the left side of the map over here, underneath that center, that Zelnaga tower, Kelazhur has really been having trouble getting this base up.
Yeah, he's been trying, but at every turn, he just continues to be harassed here, whether it's with DTs or whether it's with Stalkers, especially with that high ground. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like there's a real answer to these Tempests.
I'm in so much pain. It just feels like someone poking away at your face.
Yeah.
The Tempests are so annoying because there's really not that much you can do about them. You can just dance back and forth. You can punish them for any slight overextension, but in the end, they are always going to get a little bit of damage here and there.
Yeah, they just outrange you, and if you don't have the numbers to dive on in to try and punish the aggressiveness of these Tempests, like, there's nothing you can do. Like, even here, Kelazhur moves forward. He wants to try and snipe a Tempest, but he just takes a Disruptor to the face.
Yeah, there we go. Does take out that Oracle. That's a very important element of this defense as well. We even have a turret here over by the tower just to make sure that there's not going to be any observers sitting on top of him.
You love to see it. As we are actually getting a switch into, I mean, we have Flux Veins on the way, so potential Void Ray transition if we need it. Still more Tempest on the way as well. And oh no, the Vikings! Oh.
Oh, a lot of Vikings going down. We do see that extra Stargate, being added as well by Creator. So looks like this is just kind of getting into the phase of the game where Creator is reasonably rich. He just wants to add on as many different upgrades as he can get. Keep those options for himself nice and open, as we do have some reinforcements arriving here for Kelazhur.
Oh, that's a lot of Vikings, mate. That is a lot of Vikings. 18 in total. They've got the 3 ship weapon upgrades and armor already done. And yeah, we may have enough here to finally punish these Tempests.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing this Ghost kind of sneaking forward, trying to see if it can get an EMP. Unfortunately, from cloaking, doesn't really have the energy, but oh, we see a snipe going down on a High Templar. Nicely done.
Not bad here. Does get a High Templar. As a result, a couple more of these, a couple more libs do get sniped as well from the Tempest. We do see, once again, the dance between our two players.
There's pretty crazy long drawn out skirmish coming out between these two players over these bases, and the funny thing is the carriers aren't really involved at all. It looks like Kelazhur actually got a bike and a jump right on top of these Tempests, but every time it just feels like he's being baited into these storms, and he's doing everything he can with the Ghost to try to take out these High Templars, but the control from Creator is just too good right now.
Yeah, and that's something else to bring up is the fact that because Creator's worker count is so low, he has so much more army, and we almost forget the fact that there are just carriers waiting behind us. Like, if at any moment some of these Tempests go down, and if Kelazhur tries to break him, I mean, the carriers just reveal themselves. Like, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, and we are starting to see Creator aggressively push forward here, maybe wanting to take some more trades, realizing that he's in a pretty good spot economically here. He can start to trade out some units. It does feel like these Tempests did stray a little bit too far forward here, and there we go. We are going to be seeing a few of those go down, but you have to be worried every time this happens as Kelazhur that you're getting baited into these High Templar.
Yeah, the High Templar. Another EMP, though, does connect with the army storms, though, just continuing to wait for him. They do zone away the Terran army. Finally, Kelazhur does have that Rich Vespine gas base on the top left-hand side of the map up and running. He has it fully operational. As I say that, DTs are warped in.
Yeah, GT's warping in. We're seeing a few more Void Rays being mixed in, interestingly enough. We've got that full shield battery farm going down here at the Nexus, so looks like he is going to at least start to threaten to mine it. I don't know how possible it's going to be to mine it with Bio coming in from the north.
We'll see. Meanwhile, the numbers go! No!
Oh, every Ghost goes down.
The Ghost goes down. Not just that, but the Planetary on the left-hand side of the map also got taken down at the same time.
Oh, and this Bio is stimming to its death right now. It has to reroute, find these medevacs over to the right here. It looks like he is going to be able to do exactly that, but meanwhile, Creator is getting that base up.
He is getting it up and running. Mining is occurring here in Kelazhur. Oh boy. Opts to rebuild, not necessarily all those ghosts, but he's going back into Vikings. Does make plenty of sense. Again, he has so many Vikings in the sky. He wants desperately to dive in, but he just can't find an opening.
Yeah, he just can't find the angle. The control from Creator this whole game has been absolutely incredible. The way that he's dancing back and forth with every element of his army, using the disruptors, using these random storms from the High Templar scattered around, always perfectly on time.
Yeah, and another Nova goes off. 2 more ghosts go down. We do see that at least the Liberator positioning is going to deny some mining here, which is nice. Don't get us wrong. It's not amazing, though. It's not it's not going to be game winning here. We need something a little bit more as the Tempest just repositioned. Oh, nice EMPs, though.
Yeah, nice EMP, nice volley coming out from the Viking as well. Oracle going to be going down to Tempest as well. Does feel like this angle here is a little bit better for Kelazhur.
Yeah, there's not that much on the ground either. There are 2 Archons, so of course they still have to be respected, but Kelazhur is looking for an opening. Here come the reinforcements.
Yeah, these Tempests are getting a lot of damage here. I can feel the frustration from Kelazhur. I can feel that he wants to jump on top of these.
Oh, and once again we see another EMP on all these Archons.
Yeah, Nova's getting sent on out here, but I think this is the time Kelazhur can start to push in. The carriers are finally going to be joining the fight.
Kelazhur's just like, oh, right. Those still exist. Ay, ay, ay. As Liberator's going to be able to siege up the base, does go down. Kelazhur having a pretty decent couple of moments here, is able to force back the army.
Yeah, I mean, massive storm. Creator's been fighting this whole time pretty much just with the Tempest and a few gateway units on the ground here, and he says to Kelazhur, now I'm gonna have to use my full power on you.
This wasn't even my final form. The carriers have arrived. Storms once again connecting with those Liberators. Marines are trying to push on forward, but there are just so many storms.
Oh, the pain. These storms are landing. Oh, these storms are landing huge. Every Viking's gonna be going down. The Bio's not even dropping out here from Kelazhur. Feels like he is just kind of processing this loss now.
Yeah, there's nothing left. GG gets called, and Creator, after 40 minutes, takes game number 1. Oh.
Jeez, what an insane game between these two players. Felt like they were fighting down to the bottom of that map between those two bases for maybe half the game, like upwards of 15 minutes. Pretty insane.
Wow. Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was over 15 minutes of just them fighting in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. It was crazy, and props to Kelazhur, especially because like winding it back 20 minutes, he wasn't looking too bad. You know, if you remember back then, he was denying the 5th base time and time again. He was transitioning very nicely into ranged liberators as well. This was before Creator had transitioned to Skytoss. Like, there was a moment, there was a window, but once that closed, once the carriers did come out, it did feel like Kelazhur was on the back foot. He never had too much of an opportunity to actually fight head on with the army, and yeah, like the momentum suddenly just swung in favor of Creator, and I don't think he ever really let it go.
Yeah, I mean, that was just exemplary army control all the way throughout. So much patience as well, just to never really force any kind of push or anything, never really give Kelazhur any room to get anything done. Didn't even commit with those carriers.
Yeah, didn't even commit. Didn't even need him. Actually, I don't think he needed them. I think even in the final fight, they were like dead supply. Like he could have ended it without them. Oh, crazy. As we're now going to be getting into game number 2. Oh, and game number 2 is going to be on Tropical Sacrifice.
Yeah, here we go. So a little bit of another big map for these two players to play on.
Yeah, I did take note of that as well. There's 2 very big macro maps here. Kelazhur feeling confident here against Creator, wanting to take him to a longer game. And again, he had some moments in game 1.
And to us again. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map in the red for Team Liquid, this is Kelazhur.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tropical Sacrifice, we have his opponent, the South Korean Protoss player. It is Creator. Oh, boy. We're getting back into this. We're getting into our second game, and Kelazhur is moving out an SCV.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be going for an eBay block here, so just moving out nice and early with that SCV. Does get that gas first as well, so pretty common way to go into that eBay block. We'll be able to get that wall off as well with the add-on just kind of tucked into the corner there, so that is how we're going to be proceeding. And man, it feels weird to not see Tempests. I feel like I don't understand StarCraft anymore.
You're like, what am I watching right now? I've been stuck in 40 minutes of Tempests versus Liberators. What's going on?
As it does look like Creator was aware of this possibility, sends that probe down pretty early there. Maybe he was going for a bit of a later scout, or was just trying to check for an eBay there, considering he might not have been going for a scout at all. I didn't quite get a view of whether he went gas first there. But yeah, going to cause a little bit of a delay with the eBay block here. That's a lot of lost mining time.
Yeah, a lot of lost mining time here. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get too much HP on the eBay, but was able to deal some inadvertent damage anyway. So yeah, very different opener so far from our players. And I have to wonder, you know, I know you're not Diego, you know, you're not always in position or aggressivo or but getting into his mind a little bit, game 1 must have been pretty taxing for him. What do you do in game 2? How do you approach this game? Other than obviously he didn't proxy.
You just do it again. They're animals.
You do it again.
They're animals, these pro players. I think he just does it again. I mean, the plan was working pretty well. He denied the 5th base for a really long time. I think there was just the reason why I think he is just going to do it again is because the momentum was just lost by a few bad disruptor shots. And I think in the mind of a player as good as Kelazhur at this kind of level, he's just going to think to himself, well, if I just don't get hit by those disruptors, I probably win that game. So let's just do it again and not get hit by the disruptors.
Let's just do it again, papi. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be the worst idea. As long as it doesn't go on for 40 minutes again, I'm behind it. I'm all aboard on this train. Take me away, Diego. Take me away. As we do see a 1-1-1 follow-up here. We do see a mine on the way, very reminiscent of the previous game. If you remember, I believe he went for a... Diego, he went for a marine mine drop? Am I crazy? Or am I thinking of...
Yeah. No, he did. Yeah.
Okay. It was like an hour. Okay.
It got a lot of damage too, actually.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I mean, he was in a good spot in that game. He really was. It's just a few big disruptor shots and the carrier transition just catching him a little bit off guard there. And yeah, that's all it really took. Is once again, we do see him dipping into the main. Isn't going to be able to take out any probes. Does deny a little bit more mining time though.
Yeah, massive reaction from those workers, and we see why the Reaper goes down. And I have to look at the vision here for Kelazhur. Did he get eyes? He barely saw that Dark Shrine.
Yeah, there you go. So he's going to be spotting out the Dark Shrine. Does look like he was going for a Raven opening anyway, so he should be pretty safe against this. But yeah, interesting approach coming out from Creator here, going for what looks to be a pretty fast DT drop as well. So Kelazhur are going to be once again going for this Marine Mine drop.
Yeah, not the fastest DT drop. If you remember, we saw that. We saw the fastest DTs from Zane a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Something that I've never seen before or since. But yeah, DTs nonetheless. We do see a mine scudding its way up towards the natural. Ooh, it does burrow just barely in time.
Yeah, Creator not able to pull that probe across in time. He's going to be losing that Adept, and that's actually a huge deal because with a DT opener like this, you do not have many gateway units. We can see now he just has the one Stalker to defend all of these probes from the Marines.
Yeah, exactly. And already 3 probes are going to be going down. We do have a defensive DT being warped in. Ooh, it does get taken out by that mine.
Yeah, that is a very good value mine there, and we are seeing, as this shield battery finishes up, we are going to want to get out of here as Kelazhur. That Medevac's in a little bit of trouble now.
Oh, the medevac. Okay, it is able to boost away in time, does survive. Meanwhile, across the map, we do have a prism, but we didn't get a warp in across the map because the DT had to be defensive back at home. So Kelazhur doesn't take any counter damage. Yeah,
nice start for Kelazhur here. He's going to be swapping those Raxes over, getting those extra add-ons as well. Does have a few idle workers chilling over here, but apart from that, everything is progressing pretty nicely.
Yeah, once again, a pretty good opener here from Kelazhur. He was able to out-trade his opponents. We see even Kelazhur trying to hunt down that Prism with the Raven and the Cyclone duo. We can see, though, that it looks like Creator has recognized, okay, DTs probably aren't going to deal too much damage. He immediately morphs them into Archons.
Yeah, there you go. So we do have a little bit of an Archon drop here. That can get a lot of damage. I do believe they're 2-shot SCVs. So definitely a dangerous proposition here, especially with Diego not going for any tanks, which would be a nice way to deal with this.
Yeah, no tanks, only Marines. We still have that Raven and Cyclone as well lurking about, but the Prism slips back into the main base, is going to be able to get a little bit of damage, does delay this depot, picks up a couple of Marines.
Yeah, Creator's going to have to be very careful with this Prism and the Archons here. If we can get a disable here on that Prism and the Cyclone cleans it up, then both the Archons will be lost, so he has to be really careful.
Oh yeah, and there we go. We have a recall instead, so the Prism is going to be saved, and that was a pretty good trade for Creator. He actually picked up quite a number of Marines there. Was able to dance beautifully with that Prism, with those Archons, and get the hell out of there.
Yeah, importantly as well, he buys himself time on the other side of the map. He damages a lot of this bio, so the potential for a counterattack from Kelazhur while he was vulnerable is now averted.
Oh yeah, completely averted. And I mean, Kelazhur still wants to be a little bit aggressive. I mean, +1 is on the horizon, but he immediately starts +3. He immediately starts his third CC. Oh.
What an animal.
Wouldn't that be
hacking puppy?
Hooray, 7 minutes +3, mate. Oh my god. As he's moving out, he has plenty of energy on this Raven as well, so he could go for some disables or auto turrets.
Yeah, nice little spot with the probe. He's going to see this moving out. We do also have a bit of a proxy pylon over in the corner there for Creator, so he can warp in a DT there while this fight is going down. That could be pretty rough to deal with.
Yeah, we do have a bit of an anti-armor missile on the majority of this army. We do see him still on forward, but we have the overcharge.
Oh, and this bio just gets decimated here. That was not the best of trades here for Kelazhur.
Yeah, 4 units survived. 2 Marauders and 2 Marines. Widow mines are being cleaned up as well, and Creator, his economy was left untouched. He lost 1 Immortal, but really, I think he only lost an Immortal.
Yeah, that was a rough fight there. Those extra Immortals really punched through the Marauders there, and We do see Creator sharking around the map, trying to see if he can, finish off any of the units that are lying around, clear out some of that map vision, and maybe get a bit of pressure of his own across the map.
Yeah, and I fear what a little bit of pressure is going to entail here as the Stalkers move out. We do have Blink. There we go. Does Blink backwards. Is able to just chip away at the army, getting an eye on what he is really up against. Once again, turns around and the Immortals are waiting to reinforce.
There we go. Cyclone and Raven go down, but quite a few Stalkers going down for Creator as well. So pretty even trade there. We see Kelazhur popping out of mine in the middle of the map to get a little bit of extra vision, but at the same time, there we go. That proxy pylon has been used by Creator, and a DT has found its way into the natural.
Thankfully, there is a missile turret here, and only 2 workers are going to be going down. The army was in position as well, so very nice cleanup here from Kelazhur. And he does come across that pylon, is going to be able to shut it down.
Yeah, very clever to go look for that after that DT slips in. We do have a second DT now to the bottom right-hand corner of the map of Creator. He should be looking to send that in while he gets a bit of pressure on with his Stalkers at the same time. So, yeah, it does look like he's just trying to cause a bit of chaos here, but no, nice defense from Kelazhur.
Yeah, we got a full bunker, we got a missile turret. This third base is fine against the DTs, and once again, Kelazhur can move out. He's been able to reinforce, and he has a pretty solid army here. Creator, I don't believe he's gotten into too much splash damage yet. He's only got a single Colossi, but he's got quite a lot underneath it.
Yeah, there we go. Now, this fourth base is in a little bit of trouble. It does feel like Creator is a bit out of position here. His army definitely looks better, but yeah, no, Kelazhur not going to be able to take this one down.
Yeah, exactly. It takes a couple of mine shells to the face, but some nice control. They're able to save some of those Stalkers as well. Kelazhur is forced back, and Creator can very comfortably take that fourth.
Yeah, it really does feel like Kelazhur's in a very rough position in this game. He fell quite far behind from how disastrously that first push went, and yeah, we do see him slowly starting to get into those ghost upgrades, mix in some ghosts, but that fourth base still a little ways away.
Yeah, and even though Kelazhur has had a bit of a hard time so far this game and things haven't gone too well for him, I want to remind you about Moondance against Shutdown. Like,
True.
He has been able to come back from these really rough positions in the past, or even in this very same day. So, yeah, I want to believe that he can find a way to come back, whether he finds a drop, whether he's able to catch an army out of position, maybe even catch a base.
Yeah, we do see a Creator does have some pretty good map vision spread out across the map. He will be able to keep track of this rotation. Kelazhur is diving in, trying to see if there's any damage that he can get, but with this Colossus count, it's going to be pretty hard to get anything done. I love this DT as well, just trying to pick off a few units for free if he can here.
Yeah, and he's able to swipe away at the army. At the same time, we have another DT, a Zealot run by at the natural base. It's going to bring the entire army of Kelazhur back home to defend.
Yeah, it does just feel like Kelazhur's starting to get picked apart here by Creator, and Creator has the economy to start setting up moves like this.
Really does. As now a 5th base is on the way. He's up 2 bases compared to his opponent. We have Blink for the DTs. We've got double disruptor production. Our Colossi count has been preserved since the mid game, so he doesn't have to really worry too much about that. God, Kelazhur, he needs to try to find some way here. But at every moment, at every turn, he just keeps being caught by Creator.
Yeah, he's in a rough position here. He does have a bit of an angle here where he can sit these Vikings in that dead space, start to pick off at the Colossus, but with that cannon and battery in position as well, that's still going to be pretty difficult. It does feel like he's just kind of sharking around, trying to see if he can find a 5th base here, and I think he might inadvertently come across it.
Yeah, he hasn't checked that location yet. He may stumble there in that direction, but no, he rotates over towards the left-hand side. Instead, at the same time, a prism slips into the natural base. It looks like the prism should be slightly... Okay, it should go down to these Liberators.
Yeah, there we go. We see the Liberator anti-air attack for once in its entire life. Does kill something.
Hey, look. We saw them kill some interceptors last game, okay?
Did we?
I don't think we did. Oh, God. As the Liberators are now out, good to point out, we have a handful of them. Lib range is on the way, +1 ship weapons as well. So that would be a really good way to, take advantage of Creator's army. He hasn't transitioned into Skytos yet.
Yeah, not quite yet. So we do have a little bit more wiggle room, a bit more room to play here. for Kelazhur, as we see those Liberator upgrades are on the way, and does get a nice little fight here. Actually catches the army of Creator out of position, and the base is going to be going down, but Creator with a pretty sizable counterattack right now.
Yeah, he's basically going for a pseudo base trade. He goes straight for the third base. The CC is going to be going down. Zelt's come in from behind as well. Every single worker will be falling. Kelazhur will be trying to hold on to the natural base with his Liberators, and his main army is looking to turn around.
Yeah, but there we go. With these Disruptors on the high ground, there isn't really too much of a way to approach this army. That is probably going to be the end of that little attack, but Kelazhur pushed back onto 2 bases now.
Yeah, and he lost a lot of workers as well. He won't be able to main out and resaturate that base. Meanwhile, he's going to commit to a fight here at the third base. Nervs are going to be going off, and they get some connections.
Yeah, some nice connections. We do see that base of Creator is going to be going down. Looks like Kelazhur still not really aware of that 5th base either. We are going to be seeing a few cannons going up for Creator, so just trying to make it a bit more expensive for that base to be attacked, and we'll be coming back to defend that.
Yeah, and Kelazhur has to be so careful here. Like, there's a lot of pressure on Kelazhur to deal damage, and he does get a Nexus, don't get us wrong. He has been able to do some damage here, but he can't really commit to a fight.
Yeah, I don't think so either, especially with that scan going down, recognizing that there are Colossus and Disruptors to the north. Creator has an insane army. There's so many Disruptors right now. I think there's almost 10 on the map.
11.
Yeah, I think there's 10 Disruptors on the map. 11. Yeah. Wow, that's almost too many.
Almost 13. We do see the army steaming on forward. Yo, nice target firing on a lot of those Disruptors. Very nice engagement here from Kelazhur. But now here comes the Gateway army. Here comes the reinforcements, and Kelazhur has to respect this.
Yeah, there you go. Kelazhur is trying to get that 4th base mining back up running. This has been a crazy, chaotic game between these two players. There are more Disruptors coming out from Creator. We do see a scan going down. Just trying to get an idea of the count, and does look like Kelazhur slowly getting into the kind of Liberator count that he's going to need to push into so many Disruptors.
Yeah, I mean, the Liberator count is getting pretty high, and he's going to be able to bully this ground army. There aren't any Stargates, there's no Fleet Beacon. Like, Creator, for the most part, is stuck with this kind of army composition, and he can't really push in.
Oh, but he is trying to set up a little bit of a sandwich here. He is going to be able to push back these Liberators, and feels like the bio is a little bit exposed here. It is going to have to get on out of here. He's going to be setting those Liberation zones back up, and this Nexus is in danger. Ooh, Kelazhur thinks better. Doesn't want to get surrounded here.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get caught out. He does get the space for the 2nd time. Meanwhile, Creator's army is trying to slip on behind the army of Kelazhur. Wants to try and hurt him in.
Yeah, Kelazhur does spot this, but is he going to be able to get out of here? He starts to pick up. It feels like he's being a little bit indecisive here.
Yeah, he's got to make a decision, and in the end, he's going to be able to get away from this, but he's going to lose every single Liberator.
Yeah, so a lot of the army going down. Does look like Creator rerouted a bit of his army there to the natural, maybe trying to anticipate a drop coming in as Kelazhur dips on out of there. And yeah, I just wonder how different this game would have looked if he knew about that base down the bottom.
Oh boy, yeah, I mean, we saw this against Shutdown as well, right, where he just almost never saw the 4th of Shutdown. And here he just hasn't spotted the 5th, so even though he has been able to kill a lot of bases, a lot of nexuses, he hasn't been able to deny the most important mining bases, and because of that, Creator, he just hasn't really been slowed down.
Yeah, but here he goes. Looks like he's put 2 and 2 together. He finally finds his base down to the south, and he's going to be able to start to push on in.
Yeah, it looks like he takes out a lot of the cannons, a lot of shield batteries as well, but the Novas are going to be going off. Does zone away the army. No major connections yet, but Creator is getting ready for a surround.
Oh, you jinxed it. We get some major connections there. I do think there's not too much anti-air, though, if he wants to start to push in with those Liberators.
Yeah, but Creator's coming in from behind, and there we go. There's that blink on forward, and 2 Liberators go down.
Yeah, nice little skirmish here with the Vikings. Beautiful control coming out from Kelazhur with those Vikings. It's very good at controlling disparate parts of his army here. And he does get out of that pincer that was coming out from Creator, but this army from Creator is seriously large now.
It's terrifying right now. He has so many Disruptors. Not too many Colossi, but enough to really force his way across the map. Can't push up this ramp though. He's going to think better of it. He's going to try and rotate over towards the north instead. But with these reinforcing Liberators, Kelazhur can hold on.
Yeah, there we go. He's just going to push back at that army. Looks like the Stalker's just getting caught on the edge of the Liberation zones there as well. So not the greatest trades here from Creator, but he can just bounce back and forth, try to pick off Liberators with Stalkers, Bio with the Disruptor balls, and looks like he's actually going to be forcing his way in here.
Yeah, I mean, the Liberators were slow to react. They were slow to unsiege and reposition, and the CC almost goes down, but a lot of shots go off.
Yeah, these lives are doing huge damage. Nice last minute splits coming out from Kelazhur. He's going to be taking some damage to these disruptors, but overall that felt like a very good trade. I don't know about that decision there for Creator to just force his way up that ramp.
Yeah, I don't blame him because the Liberators weren't set up in time, so it looked like there was an opening, but he still fought in the freedom zones. In a lot of freedom zones.
He's on siege, puppy. He's on siege.
He's not lucky, puppy. He's not lucky. And maybe he wasn't, but it doesn't matter because a lot of Creator's army goes down. We do see Kelazhur going for a massive counterattack. He does siege up on top of this ramp. Creator looking to try and sandwich this army once again.
Yeah, there you go. Just has to slowly try to pick off some of these mines. Might be able to pick off some of the Liberators as well if he gets the right angle, but we do see the space going down once more.
For the third time. And every single probe as well. So Kelazhur trading quite well here again, just pulling back to the safety of these liberation zones. Meanwhile, Creator, we have a Void Ray on the way.
It does kind of feel like Kelazhur's trapping his army here almost, and yeah, there we go. We do see a big pincer coming out. Is he going to be able to be fast enough? I don't think he can pick up with this many Stalkers here, and there we go. Big blink coming out from Creator.
Yeah, this is the moment the Creator needed. He resets the liberation count once again, just almost swallows up the entire army. And sure, we have a couple of reinforcements to create, but Creator, he can just keep pushing.
Yeah, Creator was so patient in waiting for that moment. We do see a little bit of a missed Nova going off there. A lot of AMPs going down as well. Creator having a bit of an awkward time trying to push into this Liberator back here.
Yeah, he's having an awkward time, but you know what? He breaks on forward anyway. He does take a massive Widowmine shot to the face. I don't think he cares.
Yeah, Creator has had enough. He is not taking the most efficient trades here. He does not care. He's diving straight on, and then the Void Ray going to be taking out a couple of those Vikings. We do have a decent amount of bio here for Kelazhur, but he loses the base. He loses a lot of Widow Mines as well, and we do have gateway reinforcements coming in here for Creator.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want to let the pressure up. He wants to keep on pushing forward. More of these Widow Mine shots are going to be resetting. Novas are going to zone away the army, but Kelazhur just lost his most important mining base.
Oh, he lost his important thing. Oh no.
What are you insinuating?
It's gone.
It's gone, puppy. Where did it go?
As Creator going to be diving straight in on this planetary fortress. We do have some Novas just trying to take out those workers on the repair. It's going to be going down pretty quickly. Kelazhur going to have to go for a bit of a base trade here, but I do worry that his army is just not really big enough to make this work.
Yeah, he's going for the bottom right-hand 5th at base, and that's great and all. He can finally punish this Nexus, but oh my god, we even have a couple of defensive DTs in there.
Yeah, I mean, at what cost? We have enough disruptors here that I just don't think Kelazhur is ever going to be able to fight this army.
We don't have any scans either. Okay, no, okay. We do have a little bit of energy here for a scan. We do have a recall to come back home. Meanwhile, the 6th base has been found.
Yeah, this base is going to be going down, but we do have a partial recall from Creator. Does mean that he's going to be able to set up a surround, and does look like this army, once again, as it has been so many times this game, is going to be completely trapped.
Yeah, just Creator, he just always does such a great job at positioning his army, at surrounding the forces of Kelazhur time and time and time again. I don't know how he does it, whether it's himself or maybe Kelazhur putting himself in, you know, some compromising positions, as Kelazhur is knocked down to 0 mining bases.
Yeah, 0 mining bases, got about 3 medevacs worth of bio and 2 liberators. I don't know if he can do this. I'm going to be honest with you. I think he's in a little bit of trouble here.
I mean, he's got a 3rd orbital. It's floating. If he lands it, he can mule.
True.
So we do have mules available as Creator. He just gets another mining base up here. He's going to be looking to take another expansion. He's still got an amazing army, all things considered. Doesn't need Sky Dust. Nah, mate. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's been a pretty scrappy game, but it does just feel like maybe that base to the bottom right-hand corner was the deciding moment there. Kelazhur just not knowing about that base, not exactly knowing his position, and not able to abuse the map control that he did have at that stage of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Just wasn't able to deny the bases that he really needed to. He was harassing quite well, you know. We saw him take down a lot of these Nexi, but not all of them in the end.
Yeah, I just, man, Creator's so patient as well. He's just going to sit back, realizes that he's done so much economic damage, he should be fine just to get his economy back up and running. And with this nice army, obviously all the pressure is just on Kelazhur to get some damage done.
Yeah, I mean, Kelazhur is down to 8 workers. He has landed his base towards the southern portion of the map. He has muled it heavily, but he's going to be pushing into the main army. Does connect an EMP on those shield batteries, but the Novas are going to be going off. They're going to be zoning him away.
Yeah, his base is going to be cancelled. We've seen Archon melt there for Creator, but with these Disruption Novas, there is just no way that you're going to be pushing up a ramp there.
Yeah, the ramp is just too strong. He has the high ground, and he also has a larger army as his second army is moving out towards the bottom half of the map to try and deny the last bastion of hope, the last mining base of Kelazhur.
Yeah, there we go. Both Libera's going to be going down. So much caution from Creator, but with his Disruptors joining up with the rest of the army, it should be pretty safe. I love that he backs on out of here as well.
Yeah, he backs them up. He doesn't want to overextend. As you were saying, very patient play, very methodical play coming out from Creator. He doesn't want to throw if it is even possible. He just doesn't want to risk it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 2 armies that can more than deal with the army of Kelazhur.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And I mean, because of that Kelazhur, there's just no real opening. He's going to try and deny the fresh mining base of Creator, but he's already got a force there ready and waiting, and Kelazhur may be forced to engage.
Yeah, there we go. This this army up to the north side is going to be able to start to jump back and forth, put on a little bit of a fight against this army of Kelazhur. Nice EMPs going down, so this army has been very much weakened, but we see the counterattack from Creator coming in.
Yeah, and GG gets called. Kelazhur has been starved out, and Creator takes the series 2-0.
GG. Nice clean 2-0 coming out from Creator. So patient that whole way through. That was really nicely done.
Oh yeah. That was very nicely done in the end. Congratulations to Creator as he moves on first in this group. But game 1 was still pretty close, you know, like it was very back and forth for a while. It did feel like, you know, Tempest was slowly killing Kelazhur for like 15 minutes towards the end, but I would say it was a good game. It was a good game from Kelazhur.
Yeah, 100%. He definitely made a pretty good game of it, and yeah, there we go. So Creator going to be going on ahead in the group.
Oh, exactly. And Kelazhur gets knocked down to the decider match, where he will be having a bit of a rematch against his previous opponent.
Yeah, so Kelazhur really just running the TVP gauntlet here.
Yeah, we saw him take down Shadown in a best of 3 in a pretty close series, to be fair. Again, we're kind of, I think we were writing him off on Moondance. We're like, there's no way. There's no way Kelazhur comes back in this series. There's no way he comes out to face Creator, but against all odds, he was able to do it. And because of that, now in the rematch, Shadown, he's got to be second-guessing himself a little bit, you know? Was the mindset broken, or does it stand strong?